Hi guys, this is 2IS Adventures here, and today I'm going to give you 5 things that I love about my IS 250. We're going to dive into it, so let's get started. So the first thing is the reliability of this car. Um, the engine is just the 4GR FSE, which is in the 250 models only. It's the only Lexus model in the US lineup that had this engine. But I mean, people kick on it for being slow. I mean, it's pretty powerful for daily use. But if you're used to something faster, then get a 350. But I don't really think there's anything wrong with this powertrain if you do decide to go for it. It's still plenty reliable. I mean, besides the carbon buildup issue, which I mean, you do have to clean the intake valves here and there, seafoam it, whatever, while not blasted. But other than that, this car gets decent fuel range and MPGs. So that's the first thing. Now this car these engines can go up to 200,000 miles and plus, even with the quote unquote issues that these have. Um, so yeah, even I think the car care nut said this is the one of the worst engines. I mean, I don't really think so. I mean, is it probably least reliable in terms of the Lexus lineup? Maybe, but is it really as bad as people make it out to be? Not really. I haven't had any like major issues with this engine. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. I did have a starter go out on this car, which is normal car stuff. Battery. I didn't have the fuel pressure sensor, which is kind of out of the ordinary. That did prevent the car from starting up and everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I did replace the O2 sensor as well. But there are a little more things that need to be dialed into this engine, and I'll get into that in another video. Um, Another thing that I do love about this car is the aftermarket support, as far as the cosmetic modifications and suspension and other little things for the interior and the outside. For example, I got these aftermarket headlights. There are various amounts of aftermarket headlights you can get for this car. I got these smoke fog light lenses. I got this Air Sport style grille, which I think is the way to go. I got aftermarket tail lights and just other little small stuff like that. But yeah, the aftermarket support for this car is pretty darn good. Um, for the engine, there's not really. I wouldn't say that it's not worth it, but there's a few things you can do. You can get a RR racing tune, get this car FBO, fully bolt-ons, and you can get the RR supercharger for this car from RR Racing. I meant to say, but yeah, but besides that, I mean, you're not really gonna see any big power gains even if you do that. So I don't really think it's worth it to do it on the 250, maybe the 350 and the ISF, but maybe But if you're have a 250, just save your money, just get something else, or keep it as a daily and get something else that's more fun to drive. But when it comes to customization, there's a lot you can do to the IS. I mean, there's different ways to make your IS stand out. Um, I mean, I've seen various builds on all the stuff people did with their ISs. So, that's the positive upside about this car. And that's one of the things that I love. The individuality that you can get when you customize this car is impeccable. You can't really beat it. And the third thing that I love about this car is the design. It's very nice. It's very modern looking too. Like you can't tell this car is almost 17 years old. Um, and it's just I get a lot of compliments on this car and how good it looks, and how new it looks. People can't believe that this is a 2008 model year car, but it is, and it still looks great. I mean, there's very few cars, especially from 2008, that look this good, even in today, in 2024, going into 2025. So, that is one of the positive upsides of owning this car. Um, but yeah, the design is just amazing. Lexus did a good job with the wide hips, the roundness to it. I feel like this is the sweet spot, in my opinion, for the IS, because it just looks very sculpted. Probably the other one's a little more squared off ish, a lot of angular, like sharp angles and stuff like that. This is more curvaceous and just very overall sleek and aerodynamic. So that's nice. And the next thing I want to talk about is the features on this car. There's a lot of features on this car. That is the fourth thing that I love about this car. Um, you can get a lot of features. Standard, you get a push to start, sunroof, leather seats, smart key entry, automatic headlights, of course. Um, just little all the small things like that. Power driver seat and power passenger seat. Um, and at least my example anyway has the navigation package, which includes the backup camera, and then it has the premium package, which gives you the perforated leather seats with the heated and ventilated function. So that's nice. You can get a luxury package on this car that gives you rain sensing wipers, memory seating for both the driver and passenger, a rear power sunshade. Um, and I think that's about it for that. I'll add more if there's more features that I'm missing. But mine also has the adaptive headlights and the Bonzino headlights. But of course, I switched them out for these aftermarket ones. But yeah, the features are just incredible. You can't really beat it. It's a lot of good features, standard and then optional as well. A lot of cars in this class did not have a lot of these features that this car has. Even some cars today don't even have the amount of features this car has. So that's very nice. And lastly, the fifth thing that I love about this car is the comfort. As far as space, the space, especially in the back seat, could be a little bit better. But the front seat space is decent for me in my height and size. The seats are comfortable for my daily commutes, long drives, and all that. I feel like there could be better support for the seats as far as like the lumbar, but the back seat is still nice and carvernous for small individuals, so that's always good. But yeah, same with the, as you can see, there's some decent space in here for the driver to get in. For me, it's perfectly fine. But yeah. And well, guys, that will wrap up the 5 things that I love about my IS video. Um, this car has been really good to me. It's very nice to see this car grown from what it was stock form to what it looks like now. I haven't really done much to it in the past couple months or so, but I do have some more plans to get back started up on modding and just follow up on maintenance and stuff like that. Um, But yeah, I hope you guys will stay and stick along for the journey, because I do have some big plans for 2025 regarding this car and this channel. So there's always great news. But with that being said, guys, 2IS Adventures is out. Make sure y'all subscribe for more. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you guys. Peace.